Hi guys, I'm Rick. Welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm making bread machine pumpkin spice bread. Okay, I'm starting out here with the inner pot to my bread machine, and I'm going to spray this down and go with some cooking spray. And if you don't have cooking spray, take a little bit of vegetable oil and just spread it around in there. Alright, you want to hit that good. Even though that's non-stick, you want to hit that good. Now I'm going to start with my dry ingredients. And I was thinking, tomorrow's Easter and I have the stuff on hand, why not make a pumpkin bread for Easter tomorrow? So I'm going to start out here with my flour. I have 1.5 cups of bread flour. And it's important to use bread flour, not regular flour. So I'm going to get that down in there. Alright, now I'm going to add in my dry spices. I have 1.5 teaspoons of pumpkin spice, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and I have 2 teaspoons of baking powder. I'm going to go ahead and add them down in there. And follow your instructions for your bread maker on how to add the ingredients in. That's important. Now I have 1 cup of canned pumpkin, and don't add in pumpkin pie filling. It has to be canned pumpkin. So get that down in there. And the bread machine or bread maker makes this a lot easier than if you were going to do it by hand. I have 2 eggs. I'm going to add them down in there. And I have here some vegetable oil. I have 1/3 cup of vegetable oil. I'm going to put that in there. Alright, now I'm going to load this into my bread machine. Sit it right down in there. Close her up. Okay, now I want to select the quick bread selection on this, and that's number 7 here. So I go to number 7. Now I'm going to push start. Now this is going to start kneading the bread, and after about 3 minutes I want to go in there with a rubber spatula and I want to scrape down the sides of the pan. Okay, this is gone for a few minutes. It's in its rest cycle. It'll need some more. So while it's resting, I'm going to go in there with that rubber spatula and scrape all the goodies off the side here, the flour and the spices and stuff, so this can get incorporated. And I'm just going to give this a rough stir. Alright. My dogs hear me knocking the spatula off the side of the pan here and they think someone's at the door. Alright, I'm going to close this up and let it do its thing. Now this here is going to take roughly about 3 to 3.5 hours till everything's done, the resting, the kneading, the rising, and the baking. So while it's doing that, I'm going to clean my house, get a shower, do the dishes, and go grocery shopping. Then when I get back, this will be done. I'll take it out and we'll take a look at it. Alright, my pumpkin spice bread is done, and I'm going to get it out of here. You have to be careful because it's hot. And I have to apologize. I said this would take 3 to 3.5 hours to get done. It actually only took like 1 hour and 45 minutes because I forgot that I put it on the quick bake setting. So I'm going to get it out of this baking pan, and I'm using a rubber spatula to go down along the sides of it to loosen it because I don't want to scratch my pan. Alright, grab another mitt here. Okay, now I'm going to turn this upside down on this wire rack, and that just fell right out of there. Now, it looks like there's a little bit of flour in the bottom here that didn't mix, but that'll be alright. Now I'm going to pull out that paddle in there, the mixing paddle, and this is super hot too. Alright, I'm just going to scrape off this flour here. I think if I would have added in the wet ingredients first and then the dry ingredients, this probably would have mixed better, but it's fine. It'll still taste good. Alright, I'm going to turn this upside down here and let this sit to cool for 2 or 3 hours, and then we'll cut it open and see what we got. Okay, my pumpkin bread is done. It cooled for a while. Let's go ahead and cut into this and see what we got. And if I would have put my wet ingredients in first and then the dry ones, this would have got a little higher, but I'm sure it's still going to be good. I also went ahead and made a nice hot cup of coffee to go with it. So there you have it. Bread Machine Pumpkin Spice Bread. Give this a try. I think you'll like it. And until next time, I'll see ya.